Welcome to week 153. 153 becomes a 9. And so therefore we're working with the vibration of gold this week, illumination itself, wisdom, and all of that beautiful, beautiful frequencies. So have whatever color you can find that connects you with the color of gold, and allow yourself to be bathed in a beautiful golden light when you're meditating this week. So I'm using this little one to remind us of the color gold this week. So this week I've been guided to do the cards first instead of doing the visions first. So that's what I'm going to do. I've done the cards and I'm going to talk about the cards first and then do the visions later. So the first card that came through today is card number 57. Now card number 57 becomes a 3 because 5 and 7 become 12 and 1 and 2 become 3. Oops. And so that is the beautiful illuminated light as well. The most yellow is the most expansive and illuminated light color in the rainbow. And so the card is card number 57, and it is raise your vibration. Raise your vibration. Now on Saturday, the new moon came through in Pisces, and these beautiful energies that were gifted to us is a chance, once in a lifetime chance, with this beautiful love energy, unconditional love energy being showered down upon us. And so it brings more love to us and allows us to access more of the love for ourselves. And that in turn raises our vibration. And if we are struggling with the love vibration at the moment, it's just a reminder to come back to home to self and focus more within ourselves and not so much outside of ourselves. So coming back, raise your vibration. And the gold frequency is also going to help you with this, the golden and the yellow frequencies, to help you be more, to be happy, to be in the space of joy and to receive that. And those energies that came through on Saturday, but of course it's still, we're still in that window today, because there's always a window, 3 days before, 3 days after, where we're coming into the peak and then we're coming out again. So it's still there, this beautiful vibration of this beautiful unconditional love that came through, and we'll talk about more of that in the visions as we go on. So the second card today, the first card is always our base chakra card, and what's leading us forward, the first step on the ladder, so to speak, and that is raise your vibration. So the first message, raise your vibration. We're about to climb the ladder. We are ascending. Remember, all the time we are ascending, we're ascending, we're ascending, and every test and every challenge is a challenge for us and our ascension path. And as you are ascending, then of course you claim your right to anchor your higher self, and you bring it back down again. You fully embody that and bring it down as you're bringing your spirit on earth. And so the second card is card number 19, and the card number 19 is the sun. So again, we're always getting this reminder about the illumination and the sun, and we're having the solar logos and the sun gods coming through for us. And so we have the sun, Archangel Uriel, also, again, because of the yellow and the golden frequencies, happy outcome. Yellow and the sun is always about happiness, brilliant news that leads to success. So have confidence in yourself. So again, come back to yourself, feel the joy, be happy, know that you can do this. If you've just received a new job or something, this is it, you're going to do really well. Whatever it is, look at that. The message is that this is the right time and you really are going to soar forward with that. And look at this beautiful card of Archangel Uriel standing up on a pedestal, beautiful new growth coming through there. And look at the sunflowers, again, the beautiful sunflowers, the yellow vibration beaming that beautiful light out, and his beautiful big wings there protecting him. And you also are protected all of the time, especially when you are focusing on raising your vibration. The light is always there. And the solar plexus card itself, the sun of us, our sun, our bright shining sun, the card today is the road. Now this is offering us a new pathway, a new road, a new direction. So be confident about that. You know, the confidence that you have gained, it's coming through in the sacral chakra there, saying, be confident, be happy, be joyous, especially in your relationships and your family and all of that, and allow the little child in you, the inner child, to be happy and playful, because there's a new path going ahead. And be like the child and grasp it and have fun, skippity-doo-dah day down that pathway, and make sure you have fun with it. So beautiful new path ahead, change of direction, let go of the old, and that's boring now. We are stepping into the new earth. We're going to have this new path, and things are going to be much lighter, and we will see things from a much lighter perspective. And the card in the heart chakra today is card number 1, which is new beginnings, of course, and clarity of belief. So really, you know, knowing, feeling that, look at this heart-shaped energy moving through down here. Clarity of belief. Believe in, or, you know, you will now start to see, because you're following your heart, following the path of your heart, you will start to see that what you have believed in all along is now coming true, is now coming forward. And he has looks like a fairy or a butterfly or something that he is letting off there from his hand, or he's catching it. He's catching it. This is the transformation, hand on the heart, welcoming, you know, the giving and the receiving, the giving and the receiving. And totally, I believe in myself. I believe in myself. And when you believe in yourself, all good things happen, because you are awakened to the receiving the higher vibrations that are being offered to us constantly. And the more that we can stay in the space of joy and happiness, the more we are in the receptive mode. So clarity of belief. I believe in myself. I am love. I am infinitely loved. I am infinite love, and I am infinitely loved. This beautiful affirmation that you can use. I am love infinitely. I am infinite love, and I am infinitely loved. Excuse me. And in the throat chakra today, we have the 7 of Cups. And this is the choices that we have. We have many choices. And sometimes they can be tempting. Some choices are a little bit too tempting, and they're not necessarily the greatest thing for our highest good. So being sure that you're making the right choices. And this is the throat chakra. So we are, you know, this is about staying true to your truths, clarity of belief there. Stay true to you, stay in your heart, trust in yourself to make the right choices leading towards your truth. Don't go so much to the opportunity that seems to be the big, you know, woohoo, this is the greatest thing, because it may not be leading the great way. So sit in the stillness and trust, because this is a number 7 card, trust that you will make the right choice. Trust that if you follow your heart, you're always going to make the right choice. So stay in your heart. What is in your heart? What did you put into your wish bank? You're wishing well, full of wishes and dreams and desires. Are those opportunities now starting to be presented to you? Because I think they are starting to be presented to us now. So we just need to stay in the stillness and be in the receptive mode to receive, because there's a lot of things that we are able to receive now. So staying true to ourselves and stay in the stillness, and you will always make the right choice. So this is about choices, okay? So in the brow chakra today, we have card number 9, which is gold, the gold frequency. Card number 9, illumination, wisdom, and we have our beloved Thoth. And the card is illumination, architect of wisdom. You are the architect of wisdom. Make wise choices. You are the architect of wisdom. Make wise choices. Enlightened communication. So being in the stillness and allowing yourself to tap into that illumined information that is coming through to you. And it has been that space all weekend since Saturday. Had the most amazing meditation class on Saturday night, where we were totally bathed in the energy of illumination, and it carried forth all day yesterday into the bliss states, the ecstatic states, the, you know, almost orgasmic state of bliss, to be able to bring forth the manifestations that are coming forward for us, and to remember to when we're feeling in those states of bliss, to then is the time to make our choices of the highest order, but not from the ego, okay? Not from the ego, not from this shadowed part of us, from the illumined part of ourselves. What is the most illumined choice that we could make? Now is the time for making illumined choices, because we will receive them. And in the crown chakra, because we're starting to trust more and able to go with the flow more, we have the Ascended Master Paul, the Venetian, coming through. This is to do with artistic expression. You are the artist. You know, here, back here, you are the architect of wisdom. So what are you designing? I think last week we had the bringing forward our own design, and that's what this is about. The designer here, the artistic expression. You designed where you were going, what you were doing. You came in touch with that inner design of yourself, and you're activating that. And now it's time to put a bit of more artistic expression and, you know, beautify it some more. And just beautiful cards coming through, showing us, leading us on from last week, of course. And every week it's a step-by-step process. And if we stay in that space and remind ourselves just to keep, you know, stay in the space of joy, even no matter how hard things may be for you right now. Keep reminding yourself to tap into the joy. Keep smiling, because when you're smiling, you're keeping your heart open, and therefore you are able to continue to receive more light, and to receive more goodness. And this morning, when I went into meditation for today's Light Codes messages, the first vision that was given to me was this magnificent rose that filled my whole vision. It was so beautiful. And I stayed with that rose in the stillness, in the absolute beautiful essence of the love of that that was being poured forward for us. And we are in the space now. So I'm just going to pop some notes up here. No, I'm not going to do that, because if I do that, the computer goes all wavy. So I'm not going to do that unless I share the screen, but I won't do that. Anyway, so I had the vision of the rose, and it was so beautiful. And after this, staying in this space, I saw a capital A, a big A. Now, this big A has been with me since the early 2000s. And I see it constantly. And it is, I have grown to know, I didn't know what it was. You know, I had all sorts of, you know, what does this mean? Somebody's name, a place I'm going to go, but it never goes away. And of course, you know, my ascended self's name is Amatron. So, you know, it is connected with that, but it is to do with the ascension. And when I saw this A, it was laying down, and what drew my attention was its belt, and the belt was like a hessian or a clocksath type fabric. And as I gazed upon the A, I could feel it lifting up. I knew that it was like a mention for us to lift up into ascension, lift up, stay humble. That's what the cloth sack, or the sackcloth, whatever it's called, you know, the hessian type fabric, is about being humble and staying in that humble part of ourselves, staying that way, like the little child. And so the A was rising up, and it came up into a standing point. And, you know, with the arm or the belt that is on the A, it keeps us stable, because without that belt, the A would just flop back down again. But because it's there and it's a belt and it's holding it together, you know, our ascension now, if we can stay totally focused, our ascension is totally secured. And that's what the sackcloth represents as well. The belt represents the security, that we have our security for our humble selves to continue to ascend. We want to ascend as the humble self. We don't want to be full of ego. We want to be the humble self as we rise and we rise and we rise. And it is just continually rising with that. And, you know, coming back to the rose is connected to Mother Mary. and the beautiful energy of the love. And I think there's a particular spiritual system that is called the Order of the Rose, and it is all to do with Mother Mary and the energy of the rose representing the so many petals opening up to the cosmos, and the expansion is also connected with the Christ energy. And you see it in so much in the stained glass windows in the churches and cathedrals. And it represents in that instance about the savior of the saving of humanity, more or less, is what it is representing. And that's where we are now. We're in this point of being saved. But we have to save ourselves first, of course. And the best way to do that is to continue raising our frequency and staying in the light. And, there's so much happening at the moment. This window of opportunity of this beautiful unconditional love that has been showered down upon us at the moment is something that is only happening once in our lifetime. And it is to do with the alignments of the planets right now, the moon and the Venus and Jupiter, and I can't remember, but in any case, the planets are all in alignment there and showering us with this beautiful love. And coming back to that now, so in that space of love and rising with that, and I wanted to talk about the new world, or the new earth, because there's many people have already arrived on the new earth. And there are many people they've got one foot in both worlds, so to speak, and they are meant to be doing that because they are helping to clean up the mess that is still there. And there are those that are still going to stay there, and maybe they will continue to stay there. We have a long time to go. It's not just this year. We can't expect everybody to wake up this year. But there are people on each side. Now, I see it like this. Imagine that this is the old world. And this is the new world coming over top of the old world. And this is like in the etheric, it's the higher octave, the fifth dimension. So we have a third dimensional world, and we have the fifth dimensional world coming in here. And it's like just laid upon there. And those that have risen, they've risen up into the new earth there, and they are living there. But at the same time, we still have this other earth here. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. Who really knows what's going to happen? And there's lots of people who have their opinions of what's going to happen, that there's going to be two earths. Who knows if there's going to be two earths, or if there's always going to be this third dimensional earth with an etheric fifth dimensional earth light body around there, and we are living in this. People are rising up into this higher octave that is there, and these people no longer, they can't see us, because the more and more you become your light body, you are become more and more invisible to the third dimensional realities, people in third dimensional reality, and we will not notice what's going on ourselves, even in third dimensional, for the world in the third dimensional reality. And I have an example of that I went through in the very early 2000s, and I'd gone to dinner, because back then I was already working with the Ascension and the raising forward in higher frequencies and measuring consciousness and a lot of stuff like that. So I had gone to dinner with somebody, and we were in a restaurant, and it would appear that we were invisible. We were just sitting at this table in the middle, and we could hear. Well, I can't speak for the other person, but for my own experience it was as if I could hear them, but as if they were in another room. So it was like faint, that everybody around us was there, and they were sort of not really there, and everybody else was being tended to, and we appeared to be just sitting in this strange space all alone, and had to actually, pull ourselves out of that to get to attract the waiter to come over and deal with us. And it was very much this feeling of in between worlds back then. And, we have these phases that we come through all the time, and we are in a really powerful phase of that right now as well, especially this weekend. That's what I could feel over this weekend was, the lifting up and the feeling as if you are levitating and being held suspended in the amniotic fluid, totally ready for the birthing to come forward or to be birthed into the new world again. So there is a lot of this happening now, and we are fully supported, and that is the belt on the A, that we are fully supported in this process. So really beautiful energies coming through. If you are being tested by the in your romantic situations, or even in not loving yourself so much, try to come back to yourself. Try to go into meditation and find the stillness. Play the music that helps you go there. Find the ways that helps you to come back totally to the dot, to the oneness of yourself, and be in that space. And this is a very powerful time for those that are focused on the twin flame journey, because it is propelling union. But I want to mention that it is not just propelling physical union for twin flames. It is propelling, or accelerating might be a better word, accelerating union, full union within ourselves. And that is what must happen first and foremost, that we must come into full union within ourselves. Everybody, even twin flames, not to place our focus on anything outside of ourselves, including your mirror person. Come back to yourself, come back to yourself, come back to yourself, and be in the stillness, and everything else is always just taken care of. So that's basically it for today, and the messages that have come through for today. So we're going to go in and do the light codes, and the light codes will be available again on my website, www.howtoreturntolove.com, in the blog posts section, or directly where you can read more about the energies today, actually, because I've not read them out to you. So you can find more on my website, and the light codes will be available to purchase in my Etsy shop, www.etsy.com/shop/soul awakenings. And the light codes are a way for us, we're receiving the light code. So that's something really important that we need to understand, that everybody is receiving. The planet is being showered with these beautiful light codes right now. But what we do is we harness that energy with the activation, sound activation light code. So you're receiving them, and they're going to sit in your energy field until you're ready to activate them. And they will eventually activate when you are good and ready. But there is a key, if you like, in the sound codes, the sounds of light codes that activate these energies, and you are able to be bathed in the bliss. So it really does bring you into this space of no time, where it may have happened to, over this weekend that we received these particular light codes, and then it may be a month or 2 months before you, or a year even, before you come across these particular light codes. And that is when you are ready for them, and you're ready for the activation of them to happen then. And that's what the use, how useful these are. They are also not, they don't have an expiratory date, or whatever you call it, out of date thing. So you can use them more than once and activate this energy within yourself, to harness that energy when you're feeling that you want to come back into that space. And if you're not holding the space of bliss and ecstasy and the orgasmic rapture, if you're not feeling that, it helps to raise the Kundalini energy. These energies that were given to us this week will raise the Kundalini. So it is well worth working with to come up to that space of absolute bliss. And so please give me a thumbs up on my YouTube channel here, and subscribe to my channel, and share my videos. And I will see you next week for week 154 and the transmission 154. So we're going to go into that now. And after you finish watching this video, I suggest that you sit in the stillness for a moment and just allow yourself to connect in. And I'm going to give you a mantra that is going to help you do that, help you to purify your energy field. It's a hard one, so write it down in the way that you can remember it. I'll say it slowly so that you can get the sound of it. It is Hundara mi na hayata ekoyana. 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 And this mantra is a mantra of purification. It's going to help to bring you into a place of stillness and to purify you into a state of being ready to receive all of the light codes, all of the love, all of the purity that is available to us. Hundara me nahayata ekoyana. You can say it out loud or you can say it in your mind. But if you're saying it out loud, say it in a way that it vibrates down through your body and through your heart, and feel the cells of your body starting to vibrate with the beautiful light frequencies that come through with that mantra. Hundara mi nahayata ekoyana. Hundara mi nahayata ekoyana. And if you use this particular mantra before sleep, say you're having trouble sleeping, if you say this at least 100 times, go to 200 times, use your mala beads, your prayer beads, and to help you guide how many rounds you go around. This mantra will help you to sleep very, very deeply. And in that deep sleep, you will receive very powerful healing through the process of bringing that light through. Whatever you do before you go to sleep determines the quality of sleep that you have and the amount of healing that you receive through your sleep, your dreams, your messages, and it also helps you on waking the next morning. So you can also say it in the morning to help purify your day and take you forward. And I have many, many light codes mantras that have been gifted to me that I want to share with you. One day I'm going to put them into a book. But meanwhile, the sound of the mantra is very important. You must get the sound right. So it doesn't matter if I write it down because somebody will say it different. So it's really something that is passed on through the voice, okay, so you can get it right. So this is Hundara mi na haya ta e koyana. 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 And with that, I'm going to say, see you next week, and thank you for watching my channel. And it really helps me if you give me a thumbs up, because it makes me feel like, okay, I'm not doing this for nothing. People are enjoying it. And if you subscribe, it really helps me to get my channel seen. These mantras and the messages that I bring through really are important, and maybe they can be seen as surface things, face value, whatever, people may take them at face value. But there are light codes that go with these messages, and they really are important for humanity. And unfortunately, I don't have a huge following, but part of my purpose is to get these light codes out to humanity. It has been my purpose for a long time, and it will be my purpose for a long time to come. And so all of the help that you can do to help get these light codes out, to help people to heal their wounds and their suffering, and to tap into the light that they truly are, and for you to use them, even if you're only listening to my messages and using the mantras, that in itself is enough to help you to rise and to raise your frequency. So till next week, I'll see you then, and Hundara mi nahayata e koyana.